Hey, it's late, isn't it? Or maybe it just feels late inside your head. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sitting in the dark with me for a bit. I've been thinking a lot lately about how confusing this whole being an adult thing is. Pause. You look in the mirror, and you see someone who is technically a grown-up. You pay rent, you have a job, or you're studying for one. You buy your own groceries. You navigate the subway or drive your car. On the surface, everything seems fine. You're functioning. But then something small happens. Maybe your boss uses a slightly different tone of voice in an email. Maybe a friend leaves you on read for 6 hours. Maybe you make a tiny mistake that nobody else noticed. And suddenly, you spiral. Your chest gets tight. You feel this overwhelming wave of panic or shame or rage. You feel small, like physically small. It's almost like the adult you leaves the building, and suddenly a terrified 7-year-old is the one driving the car. If you know that feeling, if you feel like you're constantly reacting to life with an intensity that doesn't match the situation, then we need to talk, not about your future, but about the little version of you that's still hiding somewhere inside your ribcage. Because I think that little kid is the one who is actually running the show, and they are scared. We spend our 20s trying so hard to prove we have it together. Especially in this generation. We curate our Instagram stories. We use the right therapy speak. We talk about boundaries and hustle and growth. We act like we are these optimized, unbothered versions of ourselves. But have you noticed how exhausting it is? It feels like holding a beach ball underwater. You can do it for a while, but your arms get tired. And the moment you lose focus, the ball comes flying up and hits you in the face. That ball, that's your inner child. I used to think inner child was just some cheesy term that people used in movies. It sounded silly to me. I thought, I'm not a child. I'm stressed about taxes and my career. I'm an adult. But then I looked at my relationships. I looked at how I would push people away the second they got too close, because I was terrified they would leave me first. I looked at how I would work myself into burnout, staying up until 4 a.m. perfecting a project, just because I was desperate for someone to tell me I was good enough. I wasn't an adult making those choices. I was a wounded kid. I was the kid who learned that love was conditional. I was the kid who learned that if they weren't perfect, they weren't safe. And here's the scary part about our 20s. We have adult freedom, but we are making decisions with a child's emotional wounds. We are signing leases, choosing partners, and picking careers based on trauma we haven't even looked at yet. And that is how we wreck things. Let's be honest about what this looks like. It's not always dramatic. Sometimes it looks like self-sabotage. You meet someone who is actually nice to you. They are consistent. They communicate. They are boring. And your brain hates it. You feel repulsed. You run back to the person who treats you like an option. Why? Because the inner child in you recognizes the chaos. To a kid who grew up in an unstable home, chaos feels like love. Stability feels suspicious. So you wreck the good thing because the bad thing feels like home. Or maybe it looks like procrastination. You have big dreams. You want to start that channel, write that book, apply for that job, but you just don't. You scroll on TikTok for 8 hours instead. You rot in bed. We call it laziness. But it's usually not. It's a freeze response. It's a little kid inside you saying, if I don't try, I can't fail. And if I don't fail, nobody can yell at me. Nobody can look at me with disappointment. We are protecting ourselves from pain that happened 10, 15 years ago. We are fighting ghosts. It's heavy, isn't it? Realizing that you've been fighting a war against yourself. But here's the thing I want you to hear tonight. You are not crazy, and you are not broken. You are just protecting yourself the only way you learned how. So, what do? The world tells us to grow up, to get over it, to stop being so sensitive. But I think we need to do the opposite. I think we need to stop ignoring that kid inside us. Imagine if you saw a 5-year-old crying in a grocery store because they lost their mom. You wouldn't walk up to them and scream, "Grow up! Stop crying! You're embarrassing yourself." You wouldn't do that. You would be gentle. You would ask them what's wrong. You would try to help them feel safe. But that is exactly how we treat ourselves. When we feel anxious, we bully ourselves. We say, "Why are you like this? You're so pathetic. Everyone else is fine. Why can't you be normal?" We become the mean parent to our own inner child. And guess what? It doesn't work. It just makes the kid scream louder. It makes the anxiety worse. Healing, real healing, starts when you stop fighting the feeling and start getting curious about it. It starts when you feel that tightness in your chest, that urge to lash out or shut down. And instead of hating yourself for it, you pause. You take a breath, and you say, "Okay, I feel really scared right now. I feel really small. Why?" It's weird at first. It feels almost like you're faking it. But try to ask yourself, how old do I feel right now? When that person didn't text back, did I feel 24? Or did I feel 6 years old waiting at school for a parent who was late? When I failed that exam, did I feel 20? Or did I feel 12, terrified that I wasn't smart enough to be loved? Once you separate you, the adult, from the kid, the feeling, everything changes. You realize that you aren't the problem. You are just carrying a passenger who is terrified of the dark. They call this reparenting. It sounds clinical, but it's actually really beautiful. It just means that you become the person you needed when you were younger. You become the safe space you never had. When you're in your 20s, you're in this weird transition. You're leaving your parents' house, physically or mentally, and you're building your own home. And the most important thing you can build in that home is safety for yourself. It means when you make a mistake, instead of spiraling into self-hatred, you say, "It's okay, we messed up, we can fix it, I'm not going to leave you." It means setting boundaries, not to be mean to other people, but to protect the little kid inside you who doesn't know how to say no. It's you stepping in and saying, "Hey, I'm not going to let this person talk to us like that anymore." It means validating your own feelings. You know how much we crave validation, how much we want someone to look at us and say, "I see you, your pain is real." You can give that to yourself. You can literally put your hand on your heart, close your eyes and say, "I know this hurts. It makes sense that you're sad. I'm here." It sounds so simple. But for people like us, people who grew up feeling like our emotions were too much. This is revolutionary. We can't change the past. We can't go back and fix our childhoods. We can't force our parents to apologize or change what happened to us in school. But we can change who is driving the car now. We can put the kid in the back seat. We can give them a snack, a blanket, and some headphones. We can tell them, I know you're scared of this highway, but I'm driving, and I'm a good driver. I promise I'll get us there safely. If you are navigating your 20s right now, and you feel like a mess, please be gentle with yourself. You are peeling back layers of years of conditioning. You are learning how to be a human being all over again, on your own terms. It's messy, it's painful, some days you will fail. Some days, the kid will take over the steering wheel and drive you straight into a ditch. That's okay, you just call the tow truck, you dust yourself off, and you try again. Don't let your 20s be a graveyard of unresolved trauma. Don't let the ghosts of your past dictate your future. You owe it to yourself to heal. Not so you can be productive. Not so you can be a better employee or a better partner. But so you can finally just be. So you can sit in a quiet room like this one and feel peace instead of panic. You're doing a good job, better than you think. Take a breath, unclench your jaw. The kid inside you is safe now, because they have you. Good night, everyone.